Hello all, I am Dr. Sarika Jhaure, Head, Computer Engineering Department, AISSMS Institute of Information Technology, Pune. In this video, I am going to discuss about software testing principles and methods and why software testing is important and when to do the software testing and when to do which type of a software testing. So before that, we must clear this terminologies, that is mistake, error, bugs, fault, defect and failure. We have so many times we use these particular words, but because of the mistake of the developer or the programmer, error comes. If that error will be alive in a code which creates the bugs. If bugs affect the features, there will be a fault. If there are more than one fault or more faults or more features are faulty, we call that there is the defect in the product. And finally, because of the defect, there may be possible the core part of the system is not working, then we call it as the failure. So to overcome all these problems, because mistake we can't avoid, because that might be because of the developer side. So if it will be there, how to tackle that, that is what actually the role of software, very clear, in a clear word, testing will trying to avoid the defect in a code and it helps to increase the quality of the product. So defect free software, and then identify the errors, gaps or missing requirement is the major task of a software testing. So software testing increases the quality of the product by ensuring reliability, security and high performance. Then principles of testing are exhaustive testing is not possible because it is the code written by somebody else and we are thinking about that code. So how many times we can test? So it is the endless job, but it must be performed on some samples. Then defect clustering, which is a very much important parameter, meaning is that there are some features which are repeatedly causing the faults in the system, and if such a features will be identified during the testing, so in a new product if such a feature is there, it avoids that type of a errors. Pesticide paradox is also the important principle, meaning is that today whatever the test cases I have written and I have applied, and that test cases maybe remove the bugs, specific bugs, but after some time again if I am applying same test cases, it will be of no use because at that time that test cases has not recovered that bug, so that bug requires some different test cases. Then testing shows a presence of defects, right? Testing is not going to avoid the defect because defect is not caused by the testing, isn't it? Defects are caused by the programmer or the developer. So that's why testing shows a presence that there is a defect, right? It is not going to avoid that. Then absence of error. There may be possible that we say that there is no error, it's a bug free and something and 99% bug free, but still there may be possible such a type of software is unusable because the bug which we have tested, it might be not as per the specifications. For particular specification we have to check the bugs, and if there will be bug, if we recover that bug, then only we can say that that feature is the perfect one. And to solve this problem, this early testing is the solution. So instead of testing, because previously what is there in mind that once my code is ready, because white box testing or is something like this when you have your code ready, then you start the testing. But because of this error get inculcated into the system, start from the requirement, and it's very difficult at the end to remove. So better way early testing is there. So along with the requirement gathering, parallel to that, the testing will start it. Then another is testing its context independent, which means that the way you test an e-commerce site will be different from the way you test commercial off the shelf application. Definitely for each and every software is different, their nature is different, they need different type of a testing, they need everything is different type of a logic to test. So based on that, testing is the context dependent. There are three types of a software testing: black box testing, white box testing and gray box testing. Black box testing is the basic type of a software testing. Here it tests the features or whatever we have specified in a SRS. All the requirements by considering the input value to requirement, some test cases are written, and what will be the output of that test cases that is checked. So this is what the black box testing is. So black box testing, for each and every feature the test cases is written. So once our code is ready, we have to test these cases. So test these cases, and if output is correct, then we can say that this particular product gone through all black box testing. So these are the number of types of black box testing. So here, as we have said, we don't need any sort of a code over here. We don't have a code with us, but we have a feature with us. So for so and so feature, what type of a testing? So functional testing and non-functional testing comes under this black box testing. So these are the number of types of a functional testing, non-functional testing. Then white box testing, name itself gives us idea. Clear testing, we can call it as a glass testing or the structural testing. So requirement for white box testing is that we must have a code with us, complete code with us, and based on that code we can perform the software testing. So code coverage, segment coverage, branch coverage, data flow testing, path, loop coverage, so all the parameters. So whatever we have written in a code, testing of that, and whether that particular statement is executed, what sort of error it will come. So all these things, even though your program is error free, then also through this white box testing approach we can find out the bug in that. Third type is the gray box testing, which is actually the in between phase actually. It is not just like a feature by feature testing, but once feature by feature testing is done, and before white box testing, some diagrammatic representation or design representations are there. So design diagram testing can be performed on the design diagram, and that is called as actually gray box testing. If we do the designing testing properly, so that will also be helpful for the developer to refer that particular test cases. Now here question arises, which type of testing we have to do, whether white box, black box or gray box, when to do, and once it is done, is there any necessity to do. I just want to explain, suppose if we have any software and in that the programmer has inserted some Trojan, right? And we start with initially with the black box testing. So what happened here is that black box testing will check through all the SRS document. It will check all the features, and as per the feature they will write the test cases, inputs and output will be checked, and all these things will be happen. But if we can say the black box testing is not going to check this whether there is a Trojan, because they are not going to inside the code, right? So in such a situation we need to have a white box testing. Then only we come that in that error there is a bug, huge bug is there, Trojan is a huge bug that must be detected. So during white box testing there might be they comes across part testing or code testing or what we can say condition testing. They come across any statement, why this statement is here, what is the use of this statement, what is the effect of this statement. At that time they realize that this is the Trojan, right? So in such a situation we need to have a white box testing also. One example of a black box testing is that there may be possible कि we thought कि white box is very detailed, so we'll do the white box only. In a white box testing, what is going to happen, whatever given in that code, we are going to write the test cases based on that code only. We are not going to think about the SRS document कि whether all the features, or there may be possible developer has forgot to insert the code related to some feature. So in white box testing we are not going to come across this problem. Whatever the code lines are there, we are thinking on that, we are writing test cases, and that's why in this situation we need to have a black box testing also. Now when to do the gray box testing, not when to do actually. Gray box testing, if we perform the gray box testing, it is going to help for the white box testing. This is what the thing, or it simplifies the white box testing if we do the gray box testing. So this is all about types of software testing and when to do which type of a testing and how to do. Thank you all.